Good afternoon, Kurt Capra here with your daily recap on this snowy Tuesday, March 14th, at least snowy from the Northeast here. But in any case, we survived the storm. Not that I expected we wouldn't. But anyway, the market's here, right? Pretty much another quiet day overall from the market itself, with the S&P opening weak and actually breaking below that 20 MA on an intraday basis, which we discussed in the morning call as being a key reference point. But as you can see, by the end of the day, we were able to recover and ultimately close right back above or just in line with that 20-day moving average and still holding support. And that's really the more important piece of the puzzle here. So we've now got the FOMC tomorrow. Right, we'll see how things are setting up in the morning. We'll see what happens overseas, if that has any impact or bearing on where things are looking to open one way or the other for the markets. But, again, S&P here just holding. It's just holding this support after a really strong rally. So it's not doing anything out of the ordinary at this point. It's just digesting, if you will. And we'll see, as I said, with the FOMC, it's obviously going to not necessarily act as a catalyst, but it's going to be the event that traders are looking ahead to at this point, and I think that's what's kind of holding the market up from either continuing to move higher or maybe even pulling back a bit more. So getting past tomorrow is going to be an important event just in the ability for the chart now to move forward in what's going to happen next. I really don't foresee the Fed doing anything that's going to drastically change what would have happened either way. So we'll have to just wait and see on that. The Qs, they continue to hold convincingly, quote unquote, convincingly above the 20-day moving average. All they did was come back to test just above that before reacting higher, holding the upper range of the recent consolidation area. So they continue to look strong. All right, so let's take a look at some individual names. Netflix, which was strong yesterday, really took a bit of a breather today, still holding the upper range of yesterday's candle. That's a good sign, digesting the supply that's coming in. So we'll see. Ultimately now, can we get above yesterday's high? If we can, we look for continuation higher. Baba, this one, continues to be that tricky animal, that wild stallion, if you will, that every time it looks like it's tamed, it looks like things are settling in, it just starts to get a little antsy and a little more volatile. So ultimately, you can see we did close down. We've penetrated into yesterday's strong day. We haven't yet broken yesterday's low, nor have we violated any support. At this point, as long as BABA stays above really 102, 102.50, it's going to be constructive. But if it comes down into that area, it's really going to start looking more questionable. So while it can look constructive, it can become more and more questionable as it moves deeper into support. So hopefully, for those of you who may be long, this does not need to pull back in much more. Right. Airlines remained under pressure. So as I said in the morning call, while UAL came right down into the 100-day, I really didn't see that it was going to be much of a factor. And that turned out to be the case as we had another nice move lower here. So if you were looking at the airlines for a day two type of move, you got that there. Nice job. And also Tesla. Right? Tesla woke up. Really strong day here that it put in on big volume. So we'll see if this can now start moving back up into the 275 to the 280 area. Right? That's really where it's got its sights set on at this point. And quite frankly, closing above this resistance here, I really don't see why it can't do that, why it shouldn't be able to move higher. So definitely want to keep an eye on Tesla as well. All right, and then finally, just to mention real quickly, gold tried to move up initially, sold off here, and this looks like it's needing now to come down to this lower level here around 112.50, and then I believe it will continue to move back down towards the 108 level and retest this bottom support level from the end of last year. All right. So hope everybody had a good day. There was definitely some more movement today in comparison to yesterday. And now we just, as I said, need to look ahead to tomorrow with the Fed, and we'll see what it brings. All right, guys. So hope everybody, as I said, had a good day. Scott will be back with us tomorrow, and we'll talk to you then.